Would anybody like to do the intro?
Cool. No, you're good.
You got it. You got it unlocked.
Yeah, you got it all planned out.
I've done it 62 times.
I've done it 62 times. All right. Well, everybody, welcome back to another Field to Food Table Talk episode number 63, and we're going to be discussing forgotten hunts for the fall. So we talk about deer all the time. We've been talking about deer for months now. I'm over it. I'm ready for season to start so we can change topics.
I'm not. I can talk about deer forever.
Okay. Well, not in this episode, you will. We're going to talk small game.
Challenge accepted.
Squirrel and turkey. The fun you can have in the fall that's not with deer.
Yeah.
So we're going to highlight the foundation as well, and that's going to be the National Wild Turkey Federation. You're able to donate and bring a little bit of funds, which they're a pretty big organization, but bring some funds to help the conservation of turkey. That's a great organization to do it through. And I also want to talk about this real quick too, because we did it in the last episode. This hat, I don't normally wear a ball cap forwards like this. This hat is from a guy named Bill Wetzel. Hi, Bill. We met each other down at the park a couple months ago. Actually, last year. Last year we met down at the park. Just started BSing about hunting. He's a big bow hunter. He's a big angler, and we kind of just stayed in touch. And they have an annual trip up to northern Michigan every October for salmon fishing, and they normally do some kind of logo wear, hats or shirts. And he was nice enough to give me a hat for this, and asked that we could bring it up on the podcast. And this was I think his dad, Lou Wetzel, was the guy who started the trip, and this is for Lou. This is for Bill.
Pretty cool.
And I think we're going to get you guys some hats too.
Sweet.
So that'll be our hat wear for 2025.
Family trips like that are what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 10 minutes into meeting the guy, and he was telling me about it, and then he invited me to go on the trip with him.
Really?
Yeah. So just a great dude.
He's jacked up about it.
Yeah,
That's good.
He's real jazzed. And he was scrolling through TikTok, and I got a call from him out of the blue. He's like, "Did I just see you on TikTok?" I was like, "You sure did, Bill." So cool. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, fall squirrel is almost here.
Yeah.
I don't have a countdown on my phone or anything. I'm not looking forward to
I'm
it.
sure not.
23 days.
It's only 23 days and 21 hours left.
I could not be more excited for squirrel season. And what we were just talking a little bit off camera is an OLAP property here in the state of Ohio, which if you don't know what that is, it's an access program for private landowners to offer up their land for public hunting.
Yeah.
There's normally rules to it, and you have to apply for it for that day.
Do not. Yeah, you have to apply for that day,
before.
but new for this year, you have to get your endorsement, which is just essentially a release of liability that you have to fill out on the DNR website.
So it's a specific OLAP endorsement?
No, it's just for
not like
the OLAP program.
Okay.
You have to do this endorsement once, and then you are eligible to apply for all OLAP properties. But yeah, the way I always describe it, it's our version of walk-on public.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's just a little more to it. And
Yeah.
there's
Well, I don't mind.
every 50
CYA
acres
in there.
yields one hunter.
Right.
So, but like if you have 51, you're kind of on that line. You could get 2, you could get 1. The place we're gonna go, 550.
And it is good looking property.
And I'm excited because, like I said, this is
Illinois.
Illinois. This is the property that I grew up hunting. I hunted there for, my first 8-9 years, and there's a lot of good memories there. I miss hunting there. I miss the camaraderie of gun. That's where we gun hunted every year.
Yeah.
I miss the camaraderie of gun season, and then I figured out, because I knew it was OLAP property, but up until this year, I thought OLAP was archery only because of people don't want other people, they don't know with guns on their property.
Right.
It's a valid reason.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing last year too when I was looking at some properties. I think the landowner can designate whether you can use both or just archery.
Yeah,
So.
they can.
So what we ended up finding out was all OLAP properties are whatever legal weapon for legal species, except you cannot use firearms during the firearm gun week and bonus weekend.
Yeah.
Which is the same truck.
But, and then diving deeper, the landowner can set their own rules and say, no, I don't care. You can gun hunt my property.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They can set their own boundaries.
So they supersede anything from the state.
Yes.
Interesting.
But
Jinx.
yeah, I know some good squirrel spots in there.
Well,
I know some
good.
good deer spots in there too. But we ain't talking about deer today.
So, what's the weapon of choice for squirrel this year, gentlemen?
22.
22 mag.
Or
I got that old 12 gauge I might take that I just got, that old Winchester.
I think I'm gonna be a slut for my 20 gauge again.
And then I got the 32 muzzle loader. And then I got the bow.
You have options.
I'm hitting all corners here. I'm hitting every corner.
You have options.
I've hunted squirrels with a 22 since I think we were like 12.
Yeah, since we were kids.
Nothing against hunting them with a shotgun. I just like having to take that perfect shot.
Yeah.
You know, that silver dollar size shot where you don't have. It's not meat loss with a shotgun unless you're 3 yards from it, but you're not worried about my kids biting down on a BB or anything.
Yeah.
Which
that is the pro to using a 22.
I like it just because of the range.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the 22 mag over the 22 LR, because there's a couple spots I like to hunt where you could poke out 70, 80, 90, 100 yards and shoot these squirrels. And 22 at 100 yards, I've shot squirrels at 80, and it's like they just kind of bounce and they just run off, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not really cool.
Yeah.
So I have heard that, and I do agree with it, that if you're hunting squirrels with two people side by side, one should carry a 22, one should carry a shotgun.
We proved that right last year.
We did that last year.
Plenty of times you're not going to get the shot that you want with a 22, where the guy with the shotgun's going, I can blast this thing 7 ways to Sunday. Come on. What are you
And then the one time we both took shotguns down, all the squirrels were
gone
60 yards.
No, yeah, I forgot.
But no,
about that.
we came up with that last year. We were sitting there, we're like, this is the perfect. If you're hunting two-man, you got to have the shotgun rimfire combo.
Yeah, you can actually see a hunt video from last season where you and I did that, and we walked that with 9 squirrel.
Yeah, 9 squirrels.
Wow.
Good me, you, and Casey.
Yeah.
And that was before 9.
Yeah, and it was a grand slam.
Yes,
We
it was.
had all 4 species here in Ohio.
Well, then even when you shot that big fox squirrel that you ended up getting mounted, remember, it was at my dad's, and I was like, there's been a big fox squirrel hanging out there on the road. So I called it was Dane's only guided squirrel hunt. So I was like, I know where this big one's at. We're going to get him. I was like, he's going to be on this road. We're going to walk out. He's going to jump off to and we did. And I was like, all right, well, you stay here. I'll wrap around and see if I can't get him to show. And I went swung wide. Dane stayed. I think you stayed like pretty much right where you were at.
Yeah.
And he matched me and came around.
Yeah.
And you shot, and then when you shot, I ended up shooting one off in the back.
Yep.
It worked out perfect. That was like 65, 70 yards away.
Yep.
But before the 22 mag, I had 17 Winchester Super Mag, and you were limited to broadside headshots
Headshots
past
only.
65 yards,
Yeah.
or else you weren't going to eat a whole lot of squirrel that day.
I like keeping a 20 gauge in my truck all season long, so when you call me or Chris calls and says, hey, let's go bird hunting, I just need to grab my bag. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
And I can go out there for pheasant, small game, whatever.
And the cool thing, like what in the title here, talking about squirrels and turkeys.
Yeah.
In the fall, if you're finding squirrels,
You're probably
good chance you're going to be finding some turkeys close
Got a
by.
shotgun.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
Well, and it's just look, squirrels in the fall, what are they doing? They're burying acorns. They're burying nuts. What are turkeys eating in the fall? Acorns and nuts.
Acorns and nuts.
What's your guys' favorite time of the squirrel season to hunt? Is it early to late fall before the leaves drop, or after?
Mine is the month of January.
Really?
Is my favorite time to hunt. That's
Mine's
kind of like the
the
squirrel
complete
rut.
opposite.
I love early season because I've been waiting. So like early season, I'm really looking forward to it. But then like come toward the end of like September when bow season starts to get close, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of tired of the heat, kind of tired of these bugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait, and I'll usually lay out of there for a while, and then I'll play the weather for my deer season. Like, well, the wind's bad for that the stand I wanted to hunt tonight, and you know what? I'm gonna go down the road and go squirrel hunt instead. But I seem to do better late season, like December to the end to January 31st. I'll do really good.
Okay.
And then because using the rim fire, there's no leaves on the trees. Early season, you're so constricted.
Yeah.
We said last year at Atwood, I'm looking in the tree and I'm like, there's like just a little bit too much in the way. It's like a couple things, and you're like, I don't care. There's 7 branches in front of me. I'm gonna smoke them.
I'm blowing them down.
I do have spots hunt where I took you and Nick out to that one place.
Yeah.
It's just so tight, public land, that I'm like, I don't feel comfortable using my 22, so I bring the shotgun. But yeah, I'm a big fan using the rimfire. I'm a big fan for after the leaves are gone, a little bit of snow on the ground. That's good squirrel hunting.
I'm almost the complete opposite. I would rather use a shotgun that late season, December, January, February, and use my rimfire right off the rip.
Really?
I love, like, for my, like, hierarchy of hunting, it's archery, deer up top by a long shot. And then everything else is kind of mixed depending on what time of year it is or how successful I've been. But one of my absolute favorite things to do is go out in the squirrel woods first thing in the morning on a super calm morning and just lean up against a maple tree or any tree and watch for those leaves shaking, because I know it's not the wind. I know that's a squirrel, and now it's my job to put the stalk on, get up under, and pop them with the 22. That is one of my favorite things.
Especially if it rained.
Oh yeah, you can hear all that water, even a heavy dew morning. Yeah.
Oh my
One
God.
thing I have
23 more days.
One thing I've learned from squirrel hunting, I've paid attention, and you guys have probably noticed this. Early season, you will shoot 90% of your squirrels out of the tree. Late season, you will shoot 90% of your squirrels off the ground.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep.
And with using the rimfire, it's like, okay, I'd rather shoot my squirrels off the ground than all the way up in the top of that giant red oak that I'm shooting. I'm like, I feel more comfortable shooting them on the ground with the rimfire anyway.
Right.
Because I don't want that bullet going.
So and I kind of just touched on it. My strategy for early season squirrel hunting is get in there quiet, stay super quiet, move super slow, wait for that movement, whether you actually see the squirrel or you see leaf shaking, and then put a stalk on. Late season hunt, what's your guys' strategy? Are you just walking through the woods? Are you moving slow?
Stalk them. Honestly, it sounds a little silly, but the ambush style for late season squirrel, like have an idea of where they're hanging out and just beat them there.
Yep, I do that. Just figure out, like, I know there's a big cluster. There's a big cluster of oaks over here. I usually know they're digging around. I'm gonna go sit by that, and then usually you end up with a couple.
Yeah.
Early season's fun because you still get the hickory crop. So if you got any hickories, like that's where I'm gonna be.
Hickory and walnut. I've shot a ton of squirrel out of walnut trees.
Last year at Atwood, we massacred him out of that one hickory tree. We got 4 out of them in like 5 minutes.
One. Yeah, that one was
They just
crazy.
kept coming.
Beech too.
Yeah, beech trees.
So you know what? Apparently, that's supposed to be really good attractant for bear. After talking with
Really?
Mitchell Shirk.
It's a big small game.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's going to be good knowledge to have come our trip in October.
But like, have you guys ever fall turkey hunted? Like designated? I know you did last year.
Yeah.
Designated time to go out in the fall, in October, to go kill a turkey.
I will only do that if we have a healthy flock in that area, because I think there's so many odds against the wild turkey. For them to actually make it. I always try to. It's got to be 20, 25 more plus birds for me to get in there.
In my experience in fall turkey hunting, and I didn't do a ton of it, was I heard more hens than I did toms.
Yep.
I heard a lot more yelping in the fall than I did in the spring.
Yep.
Well, I don't know a lot about fall turkey hunting because I've never done it, but the toms will yelp too.
Yeah.
For locator calls and everything else. So
turkey are very social creatures, and when they're in that large of a flock, they talk to one another a lot, and I don't know why, but the only thing that I can figure is that they're keeping a head count. And just seeing what the roster is.
Like, all right, Dave's here, Bill's here, Jenny's here. Like, where's Henry? Henry's back there.
Why is he upside down walking away?
Henry got.
Yeah, I've only shot one bird in the fall, and to me it wasn't as. When I did turkey hunt, it wasn't as exciting as the spring, so I was like,
That is something to be said about
it. It was almost like I had a deer hunt for turkey.
It is.
And I wasn't a giant. I know guys that love it.
Yeah.
They love the fall turkey hunt.
I got kind of lucky.